Hello, Mercurial here. Today I thought I'd make a little tier list of the artifacts and also explain kinda my thought process and when I think you should pick all of them and for what comp you should lean into or maybe what units. Yeah, I think we can start from the top. So we have three very similar items here: the fish bones, rapid fire, sniper's focus. These are just like completely game changing if you get them. You just put them on Nocturne and you should be safe for top 4 and probably even better, like top 2, top 1. These are just like, if you get something in S tier, even if you don't have the units for it right now, you should really look into playing it, especially if you get it early. So if you get one of these early, you should definitely look into Nocturne. Then we have Suspicious Trenchcoat. It's similar, but instead for Nocturne, it's for Violet and for Ambessa. It's really good for that. And you just play like the items that work with Suspicious Trenchcoat, so the Edge Knight and Sterex, preferably. And you don't even need the healing. Maybe you can get some healing from an augment, but besides that, you don't need it. And yeah, you should for sure top 2 with that. Then we have A tier. These are in general more general, but also really good still, and some of them are flexible. Like Anime Visage is pretty flexible. You can have it on many units and it's really good. Works great with Garen, works great with 3-star tanks, maybe a Blitzcrank. That's like many of the tank items are actually really good on Blitzcrank. That's why Nocturne, if you get Artifactory, it's perfect since like you're playing the Blitzcrank and the Nocturne. But yeah, Anime Visage, something like Garen, or if you're not playing Garen, even though most comps are, just put it on like a Blitzcrank or Mundo and it's gonna be great. Light Shield, this is a bit different since it's based on shields. This is also really good if you have a comp for it. It's really good for Blitzcrank and for Garen, since they have shields. So try to remember just shield tanks. Manasane, really good item for Silco. Good item early as well. So yeah, if you're playing Silco, try to look for it. Not as good in other comps, like it's not that good on Heimer or Zoe. Witsend, I put this here because it's kind of like this S tier. It opens up a comp. It opens up the Kog'Maw line, but yeah, it's not as good as the S tier, so it's here. But yeah, you can play Kog'Maw with this if you get it early and have a spot. It's pretty good. Gambler's Blade. This is just a really good item. You can play into many things. Like, it works well into Rebels, works well into Silco, and you can put it on the Zoe and the Silco later. Maybe transfer it really late when you have 3 good items, but yeah, it's really good to getting into the fast 8 and then go 9 from that. Gold Collector, good AD item, really good for the Twitch, but also good for Quirky. So if you're playing towards AD, it's really nice. Of course, these gold related ones are especially good if you get them early 2-1. That's what I based ranking off. Then we have 3 very similar items. These are like melee carry items, I would say. You put them on Ambessa or Violet usually. And yeah, they are very good. If you're playing an Ambessa or Violet, you're happy to see this. Even on Vi, you can play them if you're main carrying Vi. Infinity Force is also similar, but a bit worse, so I put it in B tier. Then we have Sonia's. Sonia's is like a fine AP item. You're not sad to see it if you're playing AP, but yeah, it doesn't do anything broken. It's just fine. It gives you AP. Like, the effect isn't gonna matter much. Unending Despair. this is a bit like Light Shield, but worse. So like for the Garen and for Blitz, especially Blitz, it's really good on, but yeah, it's not as good as Light Shield, so tier under. Then we have a Hole Crusher, just general tank item, not great, a lot worse than Anima Visage, like barely B tier, but yeah, it's fine, it gives you HP. Then we have Mittens. Yeah, Mittens is also like Infinity Force and these three. It's a general melee item for like Violet or Ambessa, but it doesn't do anything that good. Like the immunity shield doesn't do much at all now, and the rest is fine, but yeah, it's not that good, so wouldn't be that happy seeing it. Then we have Deathfire Grasp, is like the same. It's like Sonius and Manacine, but worse. Like it's general AP item, but yeah, it just doesn't do enough right now. Then Tricksters, also like a general tank item, but doesn't do enough. You can put it on like Blitzcrank, Garen, Mundo, Elise, and it's fine. You're not gonna be sad, but you're definitely not happy. You're probably playing for a top 4 if you pick this as your augment. Lichbane. Lichbane is fine, and you can kinda use it as a general artifact for AP, but it's not that good usually, and you can use it for Kog'Maw, but Wits End it's better. But yeah, if you have a really good Kog'Maw spot, you should pick it. It's good for that. But besides that, it's just a big bait. Moggle's Mail, if you have a really strong early game tank, you can play it and get some gold. It's pretty decent then, but it's so situational that I put it C tier. Like you need a 2-star tank with a tank item. Gargoyle is the best for sure if you have it. Innervating Locket is... yeah, it's not very good. There's not many units that are good with it, and you don't want to play around it. There is a new Kog'Maw comp where you put it on Kog'Maw, but I don't think it's that good actually. So yeah, I just put it here. You can put it on tanks if you have to, but yeah, it doesn't do much. Silvermere, you can put it, it's good on Violet, but it's not that good. You're not gonna play Violet because of it. You need a good Violet spot for it, and for everything else it's pretty bad to mediocre. Then we have Horizon Focus. This one is weird. It's like decent on Vi actually, but not so good. I would not be happy seeing this. It's good if you have Victor, but like you're not gonna get Victor every game. Lightning Jewel is just very bad, no good user right now. You can put it on an AP unit if you have to, but very bad. Ludens is the same, just no good user. The only user is like Powder 3 frontline, but yeah, you're not playing Powder often. Seeker's Armguard, also like really bad, very bad, just understated, doesn't tank, doesn't deal damage. It's like, yeah, you're very sad if you have to take this as a tank item. Talisman is also like no comp really uses it that well. I've seen it work sometimes if you have like 8 Bruiser, you can put it on Mundo. But it's super situational, and yeah, I would stay away from it. But yeah, that's basically all of it. So hope you learned something. Peace.